Welcome to SightLab. SightLab is your no-code solution for building powerful, customizable VR experiments in just minutes. Whether you're studying behavior, attention, decision-making, or perception, SightLab lets you design VR experiments using a visual interface, built for VR and XR research. In the next 15 minutes, we're going to create a simple VR experiment, start to finish. This tutorial will cover the user interface, example scripts, and additional features you may use in your experiments. I'll also share some resources to answer any questions you may still have left in your SightLab journey. Let's get started. This is your starting line, the SightLab Dashboard. Every study you build lives in projects. Tools and features collects what you can drop into one. AI agents, biofeedback, driving simulations, mixed reality. Templates are full experiments ready to customize. Additional examples covers more specialized starting points. And favorites, stay one click away. A couple things live outside any project. Apps hold standalone utilities. And assets, environments, avatars, props is now a workspace of its own. Search across your library from up top. And settings shape SightLab to fit your workflow. That's the dashboard. Everything starts here. Starting a new study takes one click. Hit New Project, give it a name. We'll give this a random name called Plant Study. Behind the scenes, SightLab copies the template and renames everything for you, and your project opens up. Visitor preview already embedded with no separate windows. From here, you're one drag away from a scene. This is the graphic user interface preview. No editor to launch, no script to open. SightLab brought the workspace with the project. The environment dropdown is where your scene starts, or switch to 360 media for image and video-based stimuli. Right here, edit the current scene, change it for another, or grab one of SightLab's built-in environments. Everything you'll touch in the next few minutes lives right here. No menus to dig through, no windows to manage. With Sketchfab integration, search across community 3D models without leaving SightLab. A quick search of Galaxy will bring up hundreds of results. Or if you need an avatar, generate one with AI. Pick a style, a height, auto rig, customize it any way you want. And now, fully rigged avatars ready to drop in. You don't bring assets to SightLab, they're already here. Let's bring in our custom apartment environment and open up the inspector, SightLab's 3D scene editor. It's where you compose your VR world before any participant ever sees it. Arrange your objects, set the start point, decide what the camera frames. To navigate around the inspector, you can use the left mouse drag to orbit. A right mouse drag allows you to move left, right, up, or down. And scrolling your mouse allows you to zoom in and out. This functionality is also capable through a right-click and WASD-QE keys. Every study needs a start point, where the participant lands when the scene begins. From the dashboard, drag SightLab start point into the inspector and add the file. Additional tools help customize your user's experience. Translate allows us to move an object to a new position. Rotate allows us to move an object around an axis. And scale allows us to change the size of an object. In every study, we start with a research question. For this study, the environment is the experiment. No props to add, no staging required. For our question, in a room full of statement pieces, what draws the eye most? Is it the stormtrooper painting on one wall, or a tiger on the other? Is it the bold zebra rug, or the patchwork throw on the couch, or the city skyline through the glass? All competing for attention. Now SightLab needs to know what to watch. That starts in the scene objects bin. Drag a region of interest into the scene. Snap one over the stormtroopers. Scale it to fit, and name it in the scene graph. Then the tiger, the rug, the throw, the skyline, and the empty bookshelf. 6 regions, 6 places SightLab will watch. In other experiments, you might add a different object like a chair. We'll add one of those in here from our dashboard. Save the file. Now we need a trial. For anything deeper than the GUI exposes, click Edit Code. The full project opens in Wizard, Python, fully editable. Customize stimulus logic, data capture, hardware integration, anything. And if writing it yourself feels like too much, we'll show you the GPT Assistant in a moment. This is where the experiment takes shape. For this study, we'll run one trial. Set the count, hit Generate. Give the trial a name. We'll have our start condition to be a key press. The trial begins when the participant presses space. Type the start text, what the participant reads before they begin, and the end text, what they see when it's over. Tick bar chart, and SightLab will generate the visualizations the moment the session ends. Let's focus our attention back on the trial configuration. 3 flags per section. Target marks the ROI as one of the things we're measuring. Every region in this study is a target, so all 6 stay on. Visible decides whether the participant actually sees the ROI rendered on screen during the trial. Grabbable decides whether they can pick it up for interaction studies. Now hit Continue. SightLab will ask where the study is running. For this one, we're going straight to the headset. I'm running this on a MetaQuest Pro. SightLab works with Quest, Vive, Vario, and anything OpenXR or Steam VR. Eye tracking turns on automatically wherever the hardware supports it, and the specific setup steps for each headset lives in our docs. Hit Quick Participant Info, then put on the headset. Start text tells the participant what to do. Press space, and the trial begins. The apartment loads. Gaze is tracked frame by frame against every region we set up. Press space again, and the session ends. Take it off, and SightLab has the data. Click Data, and SightLab opens up the project's output folder. Every trial generates its own files. Trial data captures every frame: head position, gaze direction, fixations. Trial timeline dwell summarizes time spent on each region of interest. Experiment summary aggregates the trial level results. And config JSON captures every setting from the GUI, the entire study, reproducible from this one file. Back in the dashboard, the analysis menu lists every tool available. For now, AI visualizations. Pick the experiment summary, and here's the result: time spent on each region by name. Stormtroopers, tiger, zebra rug, throw, skyline, or the empty bookshelf. You can have your answer here. Replay opens up the full session, frame by frame. Pick the trial, press space, and you're watching exactly what the participant saw in the order they saw it. Layer in the heat map, warm spots show where attention concentrated. Layer in the scan path, each number is a fixation, the line traces where the eye went next. You can scroll through the trial or step outside the participant for a different angle. Every research question answered visually. One more option before you run is to tick the screen record checkbox, and SightLab captures the run as video. You get the playback alongside the data. When a study needs physiological data, SightLab integrates directly with Biopac Acknowledge. Heart rate, skin conductance, EEG, recorded in parallel with the VR session. Same timeline, both sides. Drag the slider, and the physio playback follows, every frame of attention paired with what the body was doing. Not every study needs a 3D scene. Sometimes a 360 photo or video is the stimulus. Drop in a 360 capture and the preview becomes the environment. Place ROIs directly on the sphere, left shift to enter placement mode, and then number key to drop. Scale, opacity, and position, all tunable in one place. Real locations, real footage, same exact workflow. Multi-user studies put participants in the same space. 2 people, 1 environment. Each can see what the other looks at, points to, or says. Collaborative experiments, training simulations, all from the same platform. Tools and features is where every capability lives. Let's take a look at some of our top features. Start with AI agents. Drop conversational characters into your scene that respond to where the participant looks and what they say. Pick your model, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, or run fully offline with Llama. Provider agnostic from the ground up. In biofeedback, you can have real-time physiological signals to drive what happens in the scene. Heart rate, skin conductance, EEG. Driving simulations, full vehicle scenarios with steering and gaze captured frame by frame. Mixed and augmented reality. Layer virtual regions over the real world through your headset. When you'd rather describe what you want than build it, you have the SightLab GPT Assistant, a custom GPT trained on the platform's documentation and code patterns. Ask it to build something. It writes the project. Then you can ask it for analysis, and it writes that too, ready to drop into your project. Both files land in the right place, from idea to running study in minutes. Everything else, every feature, every parameter, every integration, lives inside our documentation. Always one click away. And that's SightLab, a seamless platform for building, running, and analyzing VR research, start to finish. Drop in a scene, mark what counts, ask your question, and then you can get your answer. If you've already purchased SightLab, we hope this video helps you along your journey. Go to our website for purchase inquiries.